Hey
Hi,
folks.
hello, welcome back to Wandering into Wellness. We're here at the Dublin Christmas Bee and we've been doing a little roundup of our favourite Christmas presents that are local and ethically sourced.
Yeah, so you guys who are our Patreon sponsors, the folk who are like keeping us in business, keeping us in Wandering into Wellness hoodies and the like, we thought we'd give you a special little insight into one of our favourite, most important, I think, and really emergent aspects of maintaining health for ourselves and for our families and for our environment.
So we were thinking a lovely present that you could buy for someone for Christmas is a plant, because having a plant in your home is actually really health giving, right?
Yeah, so there's some really interesting research around particular families of plants and their ability to actually mop up what's called VOCs, so volatile organic compounds from the air, which are linked with all sorts of serious health conditions, long-term degenerative stuff like Alzheimer's and cancer and all these sorts of things, puts huge pressure on our immune systems. And so when we put in particular plant species like bromeliads, so if you look up bromeliads online, Google it, bromeliads, you'll be able to find a whole host of plants. It's a pineapple family actually, and they've been shown to actually really help to absorb polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons and VOCs from your environment. Sorry, Lydia, I know I can't help the language. It just happens. The science, it slips out. That and spider plants. Spider plants are one of the big ones as well. So if you wanted to oxygenate your environment, so anything with green leaves is going to oxygenate your environment. So actually, Lydia,
we breathe out CO2, right?
Yeah.
And they absorb in the O2,
Yeah.
and then it goes the other way around too.
That's
I don't know what's
Let me
happening.
go all the way up there.
It's going up. Hi.
Maybe it'll pop back down to us. There you go. So that it goes up and it comes down, just like that. One of my favourite things that Lydia showed me was a fantastic. Actually, when I was away in the UK this year, we had a little kind of like co-meditation thing, which was. Can you remind me what the words were?
So the meditation is involving a visualization where you imagine yourself sitting in the roots of a really big tree, and the whole idea about it is trying to have that connection into community and into planet, so that as you inhale, the plants exhale, and as you exhale, the plants inhale, and it creates a nice synthesis that goes round in making that nice little cycle of health.
And so it's a really nice thought. So if you just imagine when you're meditating, you say Amriti on the in-breath, and you imagine that the plant is emanating oxygen, which it actually just is, and you're taking in that oxygen, absorbing all that life force and all that ability for your body to oxidize and reduce. Everything that we are basically comes from that oxygen at some level. And then when you're Amriti Guru, so Guru is Amrita Guru,
Guru, which means it's like connection to source, that kind of really deep spiritual level of understanding that we're all interconnected and one. And so that's what's really nice about the visualization is Amrita Guru is a calling in of that innate healing wisdom that we already have in our bodies. So it's one that we might use at a time when we need healing. If you're someone that's sensitive to chemicals like me, it's something that you can do on a daily basis. But if you had your little plant there beside you, you could do your meditation and visualization connecting in with that healing energy of the plant as well.
Yeah, so Lydia just had some comprehensive allergy testing done that's actually shown some really good stuff, because Lydia's had some, not to talk for you, but essentially some reactions to all sorts of different things, like some that seem like digestive allergies, some that seems like environmental things based on like flame retardants from mattresses, all these sorts of things going on for years, and occasionally recently having these really serious allergic reactions that seem like they might be anaphylactic. And so as a result of that, she said, like, okay, I'm going to like actually get to the core of this and see what's going on. But interestingly, what the consultant said in her last meeting with him was that actually what she doesn't have is an immunological reaction. She has a chemical reaction. So that chemical reaction means, unfortunately, it means that she's much more predisposed to getting responsive to loads of different things, like fresh Christmas tree stuff, like fake Christmas trees, all the off-gassing that happens from new plastic stuff, so new toys or whatever it is.
Bedding, mattresses, new sheets, clothes that you buy that you don't wash first. He basically said that if you can smell the chemical, then it's affecting me. And he said it's a more and more common problem. One of the other things that's interesting to note is that it's common in fish, that these days fish have absorbed so many chemicals that you can have an allergic reaction to fish, even though what's not actually happening is that you're allergic to the fish itself, but you're reacting to the chemicals that are inside the fish. So if you're someone like me that tends to be prone towards rashes, towards itchiness like itchy scalp or chest rash, prickly heat, inflammatory kind of heat conditions. This is a really nice meditation that you can do, and it would be nice if you knew someone in your life that had something like that, to give them a plant of this species for Christmas that they could do alongside the meditation. That would be a really nice healing, local, living gift.
There's a great idea. Cool. So for all of you who are, looking at your house and thinking like, okay, there's, I've cut out a million different dietary allergens. My gut is still not right. I'm still getting rashes or eczema or psoriasis. All those sorts of things, and they're really not explicable or inexplicable in terms of the sources. And you don't want to go down spending a fortune just yet. Get good houseplants in. Get spider plants and bromeliads in. Keep your windows open at night. Think about dander. Think about, so dander is the hair from animals. Think about dust mites. Dust mites are everywhere. We've actually just stocked in the Hopsack in my shop a dust mite spray, so it kills dust mites. And dust mites are a huge factor. No matter whether you show signs of allergies to these things or show signs of reactions, your body is reacting in an immunological way. So your body, it's triggering inflammation, and the more of it's there in later life, unfortunately, that's what's going to lead to a lot of the disease. So if for us, it's a process of elimination, really, isn't it? It's like you do as much as you can, and in as simple a way as you can. I mean, having houseplants it's beautiful. Look at that thing behind us. You couldn't complain about having that. And once it's there, just water them a little bit every couple of days, and it gives you so much more back. And
it's a thing that's not just for Christmas.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like a puppy. Do name it, and make sure it doesn't die like my coffee plant just did. Boom. So what else?
So top tip is, if you can smell it, it's affecting you.
Yeah.
And also, as a woman, at the midpoint of your cycle on your 14th day, when your estrogen levels are the highest, that's when you're most susceptible to your histamine response. So you can if you track your cycles on a tracker app, it's really interesting to know that if you tend to have flare-ups of your skin conditions, they'll often be around your 14th day. So it's good to bear that in mind, that those are the times when that toxic load is going to affect you the most.
Yeah. So there's a specific enzyme called diamine oxidase, which is the thing that breaks down a lot of the histamine, where it's a histamine response. And you can actually buy diamine oxidase as an enzyme. It's produced in the liver, and estrogen, unfortunately, excess estrogen production disables it. So that's one of the reasons why, unfortunately, as women, you're going to have a more kind of cyclical response to these things. So just consider, middle of your cycle. And if these things are building up, I suppose, over time, to just give your body a rest from common inflammatory or inflammation-causing foods and environmental
products. So things like hairspray, chemical. If you use products on your skin, try to choose natural products that don't have any chemicals in them.
Exactly.
Choose your makeup. Make sure that that's natural too. If you use nail varnish removal, all of that kind of stuff, those are all filled with chemicals. So you want to think about reducing that toxic load and that general burden on your body. Not that you're going to be able to avoid them altogether, but especially just being mindful of around those peak points of the month, trying to avoid those things is going to lessen your likelihood of reacting in a histamine type way.
Because every single one of those chemicals, unfortunately, has to get processed by your liver. So the more you add on top, like even the coffee you have today, that caffeine, that goes through the liver, sugar puts pressure on your liver, all these sorts of things. So if you can just lower that toxic load, like Lydia's talking about, from time to time, as you find these things are building up and you're beginning to suffer, maybe recurrent bouts of whatever it is, eczema or psoriasis or asthma or any inflammatory or heat-related condition, as she was saying, just try to take a couple of those things out for 2 or 3 weeks, give yourself a bit of a break, maybe try looking after your liver with herbs like milk thistle, maybe nutrients like glutathione or MSM sulfur. All of those are really supportive to help to protect the liver, improve its activity, and essentially look after yourself over time.
And quercetin, right?
Quercetin is really interesting, actually. There's so much more research being put into quercetin. I mean, since I started in the shop in the Hopsack 15 years ago, quercetin was always talked about as okay, if you have hay fever, it's a thing. But there's so much more that's gone into it in the last 15 years, looking at it as a powerful anti-inflammatory, as something that helps as a cellular protective antioxidant. It really has some serious benefits that we should pay attention to. Quercetin is actually and you get it in foods-wise, where foods comes from. So quercetin is available in apple skins, in broccoli, in onions. So there's a lot of foods that you can make sure you're getting quercetin loaded in. Google them, you'll find a list, as ever.
So, nice little bit of divergence there, but really ultimately what we're saying is, if you're looking for an unusual Christmas gift, come to the Dublin Flea Market, come to the plant store, And by one of which plants, Vince? Spider
A
plant?
bromeliad or a spider plant, but any of them, like just anything with big green leaves is going to help. A camellia, whatever
Or
takes
an
your
aloe
fancy.
vera plant would be another nice one, because then when you're having your flare-ups of your skin conditions, you can just open up the leaves and put it directly onto your skin to soothe inflammation.
Cool. Do you want to have a quick wander with us as well? We're just going to do a little spin around so you can just
Okay.
see exactly what's here. So we're in in the midst of this amazing kind of craft area in the food hall, or like beside the food hall. So there's like all sorts of bric-a-brac things. There's like mad girl who are doing, it looks like retro fashion stuff. We just spoke to, or not spoke to, we just looked at Badly Made Books, who are, making books from post-consumer waste. If you I don't know, there's just so much here. And one of the amazing things about this place is that it's essentially an office block that never got occupied. It's been here for something like 10 years, down in the docks. And it looks like, unfortunately now, this shopping centre, they're threatening to put in a Dunnes Stores, which means that no more Christmas flea if that happens. You guys and us, we need to support this, because this is Ireland's indigenous economy. These are people who are doing things for themselves, for the world, for us, and it builds resilience into communities. Like it's not something I strongly believe in. It's not a belief system. This is actually what the fundamentals of a sustainable economy are. Having these small producers selling direct to consumers, having a conversation, and it's also just mad crack. There's no reason not to do it. It's so
lovely
much
to meet the people who are involved in it and
Yeah.
making it. You know that it's local. You know that it's sustainable. You really know where the direct provision of your stuff that you're
Big
buying
time,
is from.
yeah.
And it feels so much more personal to get a present from someone who's actually been and met the supplier and know
Huge.
what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So this is on this weekend, which we're going to be putting this up today, and it's also on next weekend.
Yeah, so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're on the 8th today, 9th. Then it's on whatever next Thursday to Sunday, whatever, around the 14th, 15th, 16th sort of thing. Definitely recommend to come down and check it out. Get some stuff. Keep your family happy at Christmas. Keep our communities going. Keep things vibrant, and keep having proper connection with real people, not this bland supermarket thing that nobody really wants at the end of the day. Anyway, have a goodie. Have a great Christmas.
That's us on our soapbox.
Yeah, sorry. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Bye.